Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Honest Game Perspectives, the show where we play games, talk about what's good, talk about what's bad, see if it's worth your money, or more importantly, if it's worth your time. And today, I want to talk about a game that has completely blown me away. Expedition 33 has been a game that the more I think about it, the more it shoots up my list of best game I've ever played. It is without a doubt the best game I have played in several years, but I could already see how at one point this game could probably be better than any other video game experience I've ever played. So I want to talk a little bit about that and make my case for why I think you should give this game a shot. So what makes Expedition 33 so special? Well, first off, it's an original IP, which feels like a breath of fresh air in the gaming world right now. It's not a sequel, it's not a prequel, it's not a remake like we seem to be getting every other week, but it's something entirely new. And that's incredibly exciting to see. I feel like a lot of games and a lot of studios, especially nowadays with the free to play model, would really they don't focus on original IPs enough, or at least successful ones. Now, the studio that made this game, Sandfall Interactive, is actually a new studio. This is their first release. This is their first developed game. Now, it is actually a bunch of old Ubisoft developers, which you can really feel their expertise and their polish with everything they put into this game. But it is still a new studio, a new IP, which, regardless of your experience as a developer, I feel like that's got to be kind of daunting and nerve wracking to go ahead and do that. But from the combat design to the world building, it's a game that feels really handcrafted by people who truly understand what makes RPGs so special. I will say this game is something that, although I will spend the rest of this video talking about how much I actually enjoy this game, it's something that I think you're going to have to try yourself to truly understand what it feels like. It's turn-based combat, which I'm traditionally someone who doesn't enjoy turn-based combat. I find it to be slow, I find it to be sluggish, I find it to just be a real break in the immersion or the pace of the game. However, with Expedition 33, they have found the perfect balance because they've not only done your traditional turn-based combat, they've added in real-time elements like dodging and parrying. So you're not just picking moves off a menu, you are actively engaging in a fight. This combination of gameplay is something that I didn't know was even possible or that I needed, but it is such an addicting feeling. I cannot stress enough. Think something like a Dark Souls dodge and parry with the slow pace of turn based combat. That's like getting the prime rib bite at every single piece of your steak. It's like getting the perfect feeling of combat at every single turn. And that's really that is what makes this game so special and so above any other good story, good art design, good feel is that combat mechanic is so good. On top of that, it's a party game where you have a party of characters that you control. Another type of thing in games that I've never been a fan of. I feel like it's too much going on when you have to control multiple characters. However, because the combat is turn based and you take turns dodging and parrying, it feels so engaging and fun. Not to mention, there are fully customizable different styles and builds and skills. You're constantly tweaking your strategy, finding new ways to approach battles in the world. It's absolutely amazing. It's just perfect. I don't like to say this about games, but this game, from everything I've talked about, I'm really trying to stress how much this game is truly euphoric feeling. Now, the one last thing I want to mention about this game that is something that, although there are categories for this at the end of the year, I think us as consumers, we don't really appreciate enough in the moment, and that's the music. The music in this, I don't think I can play any on YouTube. I'm not even going to risk it for, I don't know, maybe they're an unhappy studio. Even though it's positive, I don't want to play anything that might get copywritten. But the music in this game is just, it's so tone setting. It sets every scene, it sets every battle perfectly. I mean, I can't think of another word to describe my experience with this game than perfect. Now, you as the viewer, you don't really know me personally, but some of the people who watch my videos do know me personally, and they would confidently say that this is not a game that I would really they would think I would think would be that good. I can get my favorite game is Elden Ring. This game is incredible. It is unbelievable. I would say that it is better than any game I have played in the last I might have to say ever. In short, Expedition 33 is not one of the best games I've played this year. It's one of the best games I've ever played. It's a perfect storm of great gameplay, stunning visual, addicting combat, beautiful music, and even if you're remotely, I mean remotely interested in this game, interested in this RPG, if you like turn-based combat, if you don't and you like parry games, if you like single player games, you don't like party, if there's any part of you that thinks this game would be interested, I encourage you to try it. If I was rich, I would give away copies of this game to everyone. That's how much I truly enjoyed this game. There was a lot of passion in this video, and I hope you guys felt that because Expedition 33 has been one of those games that just comes out of nowhere and shocks you. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to keep this conversation going in the comments. Have you played this game? Are you going to play this game? Is there anyone out there who didn't like this game? If you made it this far into the video and you didn't like this game, please comment so I know what you're talking about. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have a good week. We'll see you at the roundup episode of the end of the week, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.